Hi, I'm Caitlin Halloran.
And I'm Grace Heberer.
Good morning, Lake Braddock. Today is Thursday, March 14th, and it is the Gold Even Day.
Welcome to the Morning Bru's March monthly news show. This month, we'll be covering a variety of topics, from FanQuest to the opioid epidemic.
Let's get the news brewing.
Have you noticed how bad the parking issue is at Lake Braddock? We have too. We backed into this crowded lot to talk about this problem.
Whether you're a teacher, student, you drive, walk, or take the bus to school, we have to deal with the fact there's not enough space for all of us.
The lack of space in the parking lot is not only a huge headache, but a safety concern for all involved as well.
If there's a car that's waiting for a kid or something, it can hold up the buses or things like that. Or you can not be able to get in because you have cars that are just sitting there waiting for no reason. There have been times where I've had to text my manager at work to tell him I might be late to work because there's a bus that's stalled or the cars are taking too long to get out.
The senior lot, it's really hectic. There's a lot of people that kind of just park not in a space illegally and stuff, and it makes it really challenging to get around it. There's so many kids going to class and going through this, if you don't want to hit any kids. I think that there should be a dedicated place for people to walk, because going through the lot where there's cars going in and out, it is not a good solution.
The hardest part about getting into school is just parents drop off their kids in the middle of the road, and then the kids are just running all over the place. If I'm running late in the morning because of my kids or whatever, if I get to school anytime after 7:30, 7:35-ish, it's a nightmare because there's just so many cars, so many kids just walking all over the parking lot, not paying attention. And parents, sometimes the doors aren't open, right, in the building for students. So parents will just be sitting in the parking spot instead of letting their kids wait in front of the doors. Students don't really pay attention to where they're walking, and they're on their phones, or they're on a bike even, they're just zipping which way in that.
Hopefully within the next few years, Lake Braddock's administration will come up with new ways to make the parking lot safer and more accessible for everyone. For the Morning Brew, signing off, this has been Nicholas Guys and Kira Jordan.
Last week, Bruins threw down the court at FanQuest. The Morning Brew took a shot to see how this inclusive event makes an impact at our school.
We're here at Lake Braddock's annual FanQuest event where our special ed students will be shooting for inclusion. The Morning Brew aims to show you how this is such an important event.
I think FanQuest impacts the community in a variety of ways. It helps showcase Lake Braddock, the general education population and the special education population, and what great students and activities that we have here at Lake Braddock. And FanQuest is a great way to kind of bring the community and the Lake Braddock community together as one. We have to coordinate with a multitude of different clubs and organizations. We have lots of volunteers, both in the school and without. And it's just great to see the level of acceptance and inclusion that FanQuest, presents for all of our students.
I practice every goal day.
FanQuest is an extremely exciting and important event for our players.
I like to be with my friends.
I really want to cheer me on and make me win. Go Bruins!
And that concludes this year's FanQuest. Congrats to our players on a great job done.
This has been Rebecca Weiss, Almira Ali, and Leah Bryden for the Morning Brew.
Junior Diana Leppert will represent Virginia in the 2024 Junior Olympics in Colorado this year. The Morning Brew aimed to cover Diana's season this year to see what it takes to be a state champion.
The Morning Brew wanted to follow a training journey of the Junior Olympic rifle team member, Diana Leppert.
My name's Diana Leppert, and I am the state champion for the Junior Olympic qualification match, which means that I automatically qualify for the Junior Olympics, and I'm going at the end of April. My dad's my coach, and a lot of people don't think that that's a good thing to have, but his rule is that at home he's my dad, and on the range he's my coach.
Deanna Leppert and the air rifle team train every Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at an air rifle range.
A typical training session includes starting off in a circle in the middle of the floor before everybody gets in the range, and doing stretching and catching up about what's going on at school and home and what they got planned for the weekend. And then we go and, they call me over and I let them know what we'll be training that day. Generally, it's one of the fundamentals of shooting.
Usually when you're shooting, it's really hard to stay focused on like each individual shot, but that's how you win most of the time. It's just who has more mental discipline.
This sport is all about both mental preparation and mental discipline. You have to be able to concentrate.
We're excited to see the outcome of her intense training for the Junior Olympics. Signing off, this is Tala, Hannah, and Ann with the Morning Brew.
Just when you thought the Morning Brew would get tired of theater packages, Black Coffee's production perked us right back up.
For the second consecutive year, the Lake Braddock Theater is putting on a 3-act black box show. We have been uncovering what sets Black Coffee apart from main stage productions. One major difference is that it is entirely student-run. We spoke to Leah Dutcher about why she chose Black Coffee as the show and the challenges of student directing.
I chose Black Coffee because I'm a big Agatha Christie fan. I think it's really cool. It's her first play that she wrote for the stage. It's the beginning of what would be a very cool career for Agatha Christie in playwriting and stuff, so it's a cool historical piece as well. I think one of the biggest challenges is keeping rehearsals more serious. I'm swayed easily by jokes, and a lot of these people are my peers outside of the room, and so a lot of times rehearsals can sort of get derailed just a bit, so it's hard sometimes bringing them back into the center when I know that I would be in their exact spot if I was not the student director there.
Another thing that sets Black Coffee apart from main stage productions is the arena-style stage.
Well, for one, you're more up in the audience faces more of the time. The audience is all around. They are right there. The golden rule of like blocking is never turn away from the audience. Try not to do profiles, always turning out. Here it's different because you can't really turn out to all of the audience all the time. Obviously, there's gonna be some part of the audience you're not facing.
So why should you see Black Coffee?
It's, for the most part, completely student ran, so it's really cool to see that this is something that is so hands-on with students, and it's just like a really cool story with an amazing cast and crew that worked really hard on it.
Why should you go see it? Well, because I'm in it, of course. It might be something new if you've never seen a black box show before. It's a murder mystery. Who doesn't love a whodunit?
Come see who the killer is and recognize all the hard work that has been put into Black Coffee. Show dates are March 14th, 15th, and 16th. Tickets and more information can be found at lbtheater.com. This has been Kylie Barkai, Ben Mills, and Aiden Platt with The Morning Brew.
The Morning Brew has spent the last few months investigating how the opioid epidemic has affected FCPS.
The nationwide issue of fentanyl-laced drugs has made its way into Fairfax County. And after multiple student overdoses and policy changes, the Morning Brew wanted to bring light onto this issue.
So I think the epidemic right now is just how lethal the fentanyl in particular is. And I think that students need to understand that even when they're thinking about getting a Tylenol or, just a pain reliever and a leave from a friend, that's really not a good thing to do right now because we don't know if some of these counterfeit pills have been put together that may include fentanyl. And unfortunately, there's also a certain market campaign to younger students, right? Gummies and things that you wouldn't traditionally think might have some kind of opioid or fentanyl in them. So I think why it's so serious right now is it takes so little to do so much damage. Our data shows that we have fewer students that are actually using drugs in Fairfax County. However, the drugs that are being used are more lethal. So what we're seeing are overdose situations that require medical attention. So we've done a number of family information nights. I know the PTAs have reached out and they work with our substance abuse professionals, our SAPs in the division. We've had school-based teams support information nights and webinars. It's information we've upgraded in our health curriculum. I think the goal is to eradicate this opioid pandemic, right? We feel like the more people know, the better the choices they can make, and we'll have fewer needs to deal with overdoses.
While this is a countywide issue, we looked into the resources available here at Lake Braddock.
So obviously I am the primary resource to students. Once I meet with a student, then I can, assess what their needs are and can individualize, resources for them, provide them education on, certain substances, and then I, provide them with a little bit of an assessment tool and figure out exactly what it is that they need and where they are in their level of change. And then once a student comes in, we'll have a conversation. I let them know everything is confidential and that this is a safe place. Again, like I said, it's all individualized to that student. So sometimes students need regular check-ins. They need to meet with me once a week. Some students just need occasional check-ins. The opioid epidemic and how it's affected Lake Braddock would be, it's allowed us an opportunity to bring more awareness and to have more conversations, to educate more staff, to educate more students. And awareness is always important. And not being afraid to have these hard conversations, because you never know when that hard conversation could be the conversation that saves someone.
If you need help or you know someone in need, here are a few resources you can use. This has been Caitlin Halloran, Becca French, Justin Evans, Grace Heberer, and Peter Benson with the Morning Bru.
Here are your teacher and senior happy days. If you see these teachers or seniors in the hall, please wish them a happy day.
Well, the news is over.
And our cups are empty. See you next time on the Morning Bru.